Today I'll be talking about the role icons play in Batman number 655, written by Grant Morrison and penciled by Andy Kubert. Before we go into the analysis of icons, let us first get some background on this singular issue. The comic was released in September of 2006 and stars Batman, who is assisted by various members of the Bat family like Nightwing and Red Robin. Batman has, for the most part, cleaned up the streets of supercriminals and is faced with an attack from the Joker right from the start of the issue. This issue has an important meaning to the Batman run as a whole, as it is the start of Grant Morrison's control of the series. Morrison wrote for 7 years on the series, and this issue introduces a new character to the Bat family, Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne is the genetically engineered son of Bruce Wayne, and Talia al Ghul, daughter of Ra's al Ghul, who controls the society-destroying League of Assassins. Plenty of the conflict within Morrison's run is between Talia and Batman, and Damian is often caught in the middle of it as he becomes the new Robin. This is a groundbreaking change for the series, adding a new Robin for the first time since 1989. To icons. Icons are an important part of any media, especially comics and superhero comics in particular. Icons give meaning to the otherwise unrealistic, strange things we see in superhero comics. In Scott McCloud's seminal discourse on comics as a medium, he describes an icon as any image used to represent a person, place, thing, or idea. McCloud says icons play a huge role in comics, and this issue certainly is not the exception to that rule. Two of the most famous icons in comics are the Joker and Batman. They have permeated mainstream film and television for the last 30 years and are iconic enough to escape the comic medium and have become a part of mainstream culture. Let's first focus in on Batman as an icon. Batman, the man whose parents were killed as a child, is representative of unflinching justice. He represents order and is associated with a non-lethal approach to crime stopping. We associate these ideas with not just the character, but with specific images of him, namely a bat or Batman with his wings fully extended. This icon makes up the Bat logo, and Batman imprints this onto most of his gear. The Batarang, for example. We associate this icon with Batman's steady grip on justice and him saving the day. Whenever there is a crime in Gotham, the bat signal is lit, yet another bat emblem, and he comes to the rescue. Next, we'll address the Joker. The Joker is iconic because he represents everything that Batman is not: chaos, evil, and senselessness. One image of the Joker we associate with this idea is his huge grin and maniacal laugh. This image has been used throughout Batman media, prominently featured in works from Alan Moore's The Killing Joke to Jared Leto's character in the recent film Suicide Squad. For this close reading, I'll be focusing on 2 pages of this issue. While 2 pages is certainly a limited amount of space, I believe it is the most significant portion of the comic and has a lot to say about the future of Morrison's run. In addition, his use of traditional and subverted icons side by side will help emphasize the uniqueness of this issue. Most of the top portion of the first page goes exactly as you would expect a Batman comic to run. Batman looks down and out, and Joker's elaborate plan to murder innocent children and kill Batman appears to be working. However, expectations for this page go out the window when we see Batman pull a gun. Who we previously thought was Batman shoots a confused Joker in the head just as the real iconic Batman flies in 1 second too late from saving the day. Initially, we see standard Joker iconography like the Joker copter, for example. In addition, we see and hear Joker's grin and laugh in both the first and third panels of this page, leading us to believe that likely this comic will go as usual. These initial icons only serve to emphasize the abrupt changes to come. We see a panel of the Joker confused and shocked by Batman's pull of a gun, emotions not associated with a typical Joker. A contrasting icon is put forth through a close-up on the Joker's eye. In using this close-up, we can see his eye shrink in fear. In addition, the border and question box show how the Joker is in shock in this moment. The significance of this variant icon is that it sets up this issue and run as something that is different and will contain the unexpected. The subverted Batman icons that Morrison uses also set up readers to believe that the comic will be different from other Batman comics. The first such opposing icon is seen when Batman pulls out a handgun, something he would never typically use. He shoots Joker in the head, breaking his rule about utilizing lethal approaches to apprehending criminals. Readers see the real Batman launch up with his wings outstretched, an image we associate with justice and his ability to save the day, just as the Joker is shot point blank. These images are in stark contrast to the iconic Batman of other comics, underscoring how this comic is different than past issues and how it will alter standard Batman tropes. Morrison's choice to use Man-Bat Commandos, created with Dr. Langstrom's formula, as future enemies also subverts the idea of our standard Batman icon. Batman is justice, but that very icon is used to further evil by Talia. She uses his own symbol against him, just as she will try and use his son against him as well. Icons are associated with set ideas and are reliable. By breaking the mold of the standard Batman and Joker icon, Morrison demonstrates that this is not the world we have come to know in Batman comics. Only in a new, changed Gotham could a new Robin, Damian Wayne, come into play. Morrison's choice in how he breaks these standard icons is significant too. The new icon of Batman, proposed on the previous 2 pages, is one of a more violent, gritty bat. While Batman will never compromise his belief in second chances and utilizing non-lethal tactics, he does become more violent as Morrison's run goes on. He becomes more rage-filled and builds a terrifying mech suit to defeat Talia's Man-Bat commandos at the end of Batman Incorporated, the finale to Morrison's work. Similarly, he maims Damian's biologically enhanced brother in a furious rage. While he never crosses a line of life and death, he certainly gets closer as Morrison's time at the helm continues. The way in which the Joker's standard icon is altered is important too. We are given a scared, shocked Joker in this panel. Ordinarily, the Joker is perceived as the most fearsome villain that Batman has ever faced. The fact that he is drawn as a scared character highlights a change in the universe. A new evil has taken over, and Batman might need help defeating it. In conclusion, I believe the abnormal use of icons in this issue is done with the intent of highlighting the strangeness and uniqueness of this comic since it introduces the first new Robin since Tim Drake in 1989. Icons can have a huge impact on a comic as a whole, giving readers insight to the ideas behind them. Subverting them, however, can often create an even greater impact in the eyes of readers.